Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ultimate Fashion History. This is just a little episode that I felt weirdly compelled to make. Yesterday there was the terrible fire at Notre-Dame and it upset me more than I ever would have thought that a fire or the destruction of a building would. A fire where it seems nobody was killed or injured. And yet I know I am not alone in feeling utterly devastated by what happened. I haven't rehearsed this episode. I've put it together this morning, and I just want to sort of express how I feel. And I thought, well, who can I express this to? Well, who better than you, all of you who watch the Ultimate Fashion History, because we all share the same values. We love fashion, we love design, we love architecture, we love history, we love the people of the past. So I know that you guys will get it. And I know that most of you will be feeling exactly the same way that I am. Yesterday, when these images started coming through, I was utterly devastated. It seemed like the end of something. It seemed almost apocalyptic somehow. And the moment when that spire, that iconic spire, fell, I really felt like my heart was breaking. I then started to really analyze why I was so upset. And I realized that Notre-Dame had been part of my life for longer than I was aware, and I think part of all of our lives. To quote my old pal Morrissey, it really was and is part of our mind's landscape. For me, the first real introduction to Notre-Dame that I had was when I was doing my A-level exams. And for my English Lit A-level, I read Notre-Dame de Paris by Victor Hugo. Then, when I went to university, I first started off studying medieval history, and we spent a lot of time looking at the politics of Notre Dame, and then I transferred to art history. And it seemed like we spent about 800 years studying the Notre Dame floor plan. And then, as most of you know, I moved to Paris. And I lived on Rue Quincampoix, and here is a Google shot that I took, and that blue door was the door leading to my building, to the courtyard of my building. And it was so close to Notre Dame. I would see Notre Dame nearly every day for 16 years. There's a Google map of Paris. That's where I lived. There's Notre Dame. And so whenever I had to walk to the left bank, which took about 20 minutes, I would always walk directly in front of the iconic facade of Notre Dame. And I'd often stop in on my way back, especially on a hot summer day, walking in to that astounding and incredibly cool, both figuratively and literally, interior with the vaulted ceilings, and just sit there and cool off with a Diet Coke and get so inspired by just how gorgeous it was. So when I saw the images of the interior this morning, it felt like I was losing an old friend. I'm not a Catholic, but I did go to the Christmas Eve service several times at Notre Dame. But that's nothing compared to the people who went to worship there every single Sunday, sometimes more than once a week, I imagine. What a loss, those people who used Notre Dame as a symbol and meeting house of their faith. How must they be feeling this morning? Then I realized also that after leaving Paris, I left Paris for North America 11 years ago. Notre Dame stayed with me. In my course, Fashion History and Global Attire, when we cover the Middle Ages, I use Notre Dame as a teaching tool. These are actual PowerPoint slides from the class. When I briefly go over the fundamentals of Gothic architecture, it is Notre Dame that I use to explain everything. The flying buttresses and the vaulted ceilings and the rose windows and the Gothic arches and the gargoyles. I use Notre Dame. And of course I use the statues of Notre Dame to discuss clothing in the 1100s, 1200s and the 1300s. I use the spire of Notre-Dame when I discuss the elongated elegance of clothing in the 1100s and early to mid 1200s. I talk about the Gothic aesthetic tying into fashion. Fashion is not an island, it's a response, and it is the spire of Notre-Dame that I use to illustrate my theory. I use the relics at Notre-Dame and the reliquaries when I talk about how reliquaries can be an inspiration for fashion today. And I use the beautiful rose windows of Notre-Dame when I then tie it in to stained glass being an inspiration on today's fashion runway. And when I want to bring the Middle Ages to life and explain how cathedrals and so much medieval architecture was painted and alive with colour, I use Notre Dame's incredible light shows to illustrate my point. So Notre Dame is a teaching tool that I use every single semester. I had no idea until it burnt down yesterday that Notre Dame has been a big part of my life for the past, 30 years or so. And I am not alone, and I know that so many of you out there feel the same way about this building and what happened to it yesterday. So why do I use Notre-Dame de Paris as my teaching tool when there are so many other Gothic buildings I could use? I could use Chartres, I could use Notre-Dame de Rien, I could use a million things. I use Notre-Dame because everybody knows it. Even the kids that I teach, they all know Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame. Everybody has a memory of Notre Dame, even if they never visited. I'm somewhat less depressed this morning than I was last night, because this is a photograph taken this morning of Notre Dame. And as you can see, although we have lost so much, the vaulted ceiling, the spires, and I think quite a lot of artwork, although much was saved, as you can see, the famous bell towers that Quasimodo swung between are still intact. The flying buttresses are still intact. And unbelievably, the rose windows survived, all three of them, and they will start rebuilding Notre Dame. Now, of course, there's that school of thought that, well, even if they rebuild it, it won't be the same. It won't be 1,000 years old. Well, you know what? In 1,000 years' time, it'll be 2,000 years old, and this is not the first time that Notre Dame has been destroyed or desecrated and been rebuilt. And it will be rebuilt. I feel so privileged to have spent quite a bit of time there, weirdly. But I hope that the renovations are completed in my lifetime, because I would love to go there again. And I feel that somehow the tragedy of Notre Dame has sort of brought us all together, collectively. This is part of our past, our heritage, our culture, and it's so heartening how much money has already poured in to the renovation process. Anyway, you can contact me through my website, as always, amandahallah.com. Join our Facebook group. I'll be back very soon with more episodes on the ultimate fashion history. So until then, click that little circle to subscribe, and vive la France. Bye for now.